Stand my bell. Bye.
Bad day, looking for a way home, looking for the great escape. Gets in his car and drives away, far from all the things that we are. Puts on a smile and breathes it in and breathes it out. He says bye bye, bye to all of noise.
A lot of those things we learn, like, well, not learn, but I remember we toured with James Brown, and it was just a way, different ways of just kind of bringing the audience as a member of the band, you know, without just doing kind of just sing-alongs and kind of stuff like that. I think it's important that when you're on stage, you know, like, it's kind of 50-50. It's 50% the band, 50% the audience, what makes a show, you know. And so I think we just found kind of fun ways that are just kind of fun for us to do and have a laugh, and you know, it's just fun to do these things. That's the thing about those type of things you do on stage, is the risks. That's why people like them, because it could go really wrong, you know, and that's okay. Like, this album was kind of made for, like, you know, to be alone with your headphones on, taking a walk somewhere nice. You know, I think it's kind of meant for that kind of. It's definitely not an album you put on at a party, I don't think. I think it's an album like you can put in your headphones and go for a walk and just trip out and enjoy yourself. I always kind of think the album's kind of like a celebration of imagination, you know, like all sorts of different sounds. It's kind of like a soundtrack that, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but I just don't, it's not a sad album at all. There's maybe 2 songs that kind of have sad lyrics, but the rest of the lyrics aren't sad. It's not like pop music. There's no radio hits. It's like Canada's far away away. You know, it's not easy for us to come to Europe like that unless we have, you know, something to build on. You know, and by the last point, we started getting good concerts and good touring, so it was feasible for us to afford to start coming here. You know, but before that, we just couldn't afford to come here without any help or anything. You know, we just would have been throwing money out the window, really, and we would have been broke. So we just waited until we could really do it properly, you know. A career. I was getting paid a lot of money. God was good. No, but I started singing when I was 7 years old. Yeah, I like what you'd say, like, religious music still. Not because of religion, but I like the idea of a composer writing for God. What? Because, you know, if you go to like Arvo, Gorecki, these are all composers who are really religious composers still. They're even contemporary, or like they write really beautiful things, you know, like it's very touching, you know, like it doesn't mean you have to be into religion or stuff like that, but it's a very beautiful thing when someone decides to write something and try to make it as beautiful as God. Like, so obviously it's going to be a pretty good piece of music a lot of times, you know what I mean? We're in a different era now, you know. We're not as religious as people used to be in the past, you know. I think we have a different sense of spirituality, you know. Well, lyrically, it's usually inspired by pretty simple things that happen in my life. Nothing really that crazy. But I like to make those simple things into kind of fantastic stories. My brother once told me, he goes, he said, what did he say again exactly? He said, I like artists. An artist can make 2 decisions. Either he can take a really crazy story and try to make that amazing, but the story's already amazing. Or you can take like really simple little kind of stories that everybody has and make those amazing, that people maybe take for granted every day. And I thought that was really kind of a neat saying, so ever since then I always kind of think like that. Kanye West is kind of good. I like the instrumentation of Kanye West. I just don't really think about much about that stuff, you know. I just think I think that's not necessarily just a music business. I think that's more of an entertainment business. You know, like when there's like say a band or an artist has a style, and then all his fans wear that style, and you know what I mean? That for me is like they're selling music and a lifestyle. I think that's more in the entertainment world, you know, like someone like Madonna and stuff. She's an entertainer, she's great, and I think it's really important to have people like that. It's a lot of work what they do, you know. It's not. I don't think I could probably guarantee that I probably have an easier schedule and a much nicer lifestyle. I get more time to do things I want to do than people who decide to be number one, because that's a lot of work. So for me, it's not for me. I'd rather just concentrate on music and just make better music than concentrate on trying to take over the world.